I was sitting back there, I was listening to what you all learned and what you all took from your vacation when I was school this week, and I was smiling because started thinking about my life, and you know what courage and integrity and loyalty and how all of those things God showed up in my life with those things. When I was younger and I had to exhibit courage to go to school. I was teased as a kid because I looked different than everybody else. I was born with a cleft lip and a cleft palate, and that's when your face doesn't form the way it's supposed to. And so going through school, I was teased because I looked different. And I had to learn how to be courageous and accept who I was and who I am in God. And all my life I've gone through different things, whether that was surgeries, whether that was trying to pass a class, whether that was trying to make friends. And I always had to stand on being integral and knowing that I couldn't change who I was to make friends. I couldn't change who I was because people thought I looked different. I had to be who I was and who God created me to be. And that's not to say that I didn't struggle with trying to be who God made me to be and trying to stay on the right path. It was hard because as kids and as any people, we want to be liked and we want to know that like people like us for us. And some people might try to change, but I always know I had to be who I am. Amen. And as I grew older, I had to learn how to be even more courageous when going through more surgeries, whether that was eye surgery or back surgery or face surgery. I was able to be courageous through all those things because I had church family and a group of friends who stuck by me. They were loyal to me, even when other people weren't. And I thank God that I had those people and those moments in my life because I was able to get through everything I went through. Whether that was being sad because I didn't get to experience things that everybody else did, or whether that was just recovering from a surgery, or whether that was not struggling through school. All of those things really made me question who I am. And even just recently, I had to fight even harder to be courageous and really put my best foot forward. And even though I was scared and afraid to go through what I was going through, I depended on God and He gave me courage. When doctors said that I wouldn't walk or talk as a child, or when doctors gave me certain diagnoses like end-stage kidney failure, I was able to be courageous because of all the things I learned and all the things I've already went through in my life. So when they said, you have end-stage kidney failure, you have to go on dialysis, and most people don't make it off of dialysis, I courageously told them that I'm not going to be on here for long. And even when they were
praise God,
coming into my hospital saying, oh, it's end-stage kidney failure, I courageously told them, no, we're not going to say that. We're not going to call it end-stage renal failure or kidney failure. I told them, we're going to just say that my kidneys are on a little vacation and they'll start working back when they want to.
That's all right. Yes. Amen. Yes.
And I started dialysis, and they're like, oh, you're going to be on dialysis for a long time. And God told me that that wouldn't be so. So I was courageously believing that it wouldn't be so. And 4 months later, after I started dialysis, the doctors were like, oh, well, we're taking you off of dialysis because for some reason your kidneys are working again.
Hallelujah.
Thank God that even with all the things I've gone through, I learned who he was, and that's made me believe in him more, and that's made me trust him more, and that's what gives me courage, and that's what makes me loyal to him, because he's been loyal to me all my life.
Amen.
Go ahead back over there.